Hello, welcome back. Today we are here to see another question from lead code, which is to check if a given array is a monotonic array. So before we proceed, let's see what is a monotonic array is. So an array is called as monotonic if either it is a monotone increasing or monotone decreasing. This is what the definition said. So to be precise, what we need to do is I'll give you proper example for this monotone increasing and monotone decreasing. So before that, just understand the question. So they'll give you an array of numbers and we need to return true if it is an monotonic array. What is a monotonic array? An array is a monotonic if it is either completely monotone increasing or monotone decreasing. Only two, either this or this. Okay. Or else we need to return false. Okay. So if it is monotonic, return true. If not, we will simply return false. I hope this much is clear to everyone. So now we will see what some examples of monotonic arrays. So, so first thing is monotone increasing, right? Monotone increasing. So monotone increasing, let's take here. Okay. Let me type that is monotone increasing. So monotone increasing is nothing but the array is in increasing order. So the array is completely in increasing fashion. So completely array, like the complete array is basically the complete array is in increasing fashion. This is what I just wanted to say. So when I say complete array, so you know, right, like how it will be. So let's take an example. One increasing fashion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if you observe, this is an increasing order, right? So everywhere, or like if you start from the beginning, all the other elements are all the remaining elements. Let's say if we are at 1, all the remaining 2, 3, 4, 5 are greater than 1, right? So if you take 2, all the right side elements are greater than 2. Like in the same way, for 3, 4, and 5, for 4, it is 5. So the complete array is in increasing fashion. So this is one example. And one more thing is, even this is also a monotonic array. Even this is also a monotone. So increasing, not monotone array, monotone increasing array. Okay. So complete array is in here. Even here, if you observe, this is an increasing fashion, but we have a duplicate values for 20. Basically for 20 and 20, we have a duplicate values. That's all. So they are not decreasing. So these kind of arrays are generally termed as non-decreasing. Non-decreasing. So the complete array should be in increasing fashion or non-decreasing fashion. Non-decreasing fashion. So this is what a monotone increasing is. So in the same way, I guess now you got the now you understand what is monotone decreasing. So let me just write down for that too. So monotone decreasing. Now monotone decreasing. So the complete array will be decreasing fashion. Decreasing fashion. So let's take an example. Let's write it down. Let's understand. So the complete array will be in decreasing fashion. So example, okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now if you observe, this complete array is in decreasing fashion. How we can say it is in decreasing fashion? If you take value 5, this is greater than all elements which is on the right side. So 5 is greater than all elements on the right side. So now we can say it is a decreasing order. And like not by just verifying with 5, even for 4, if you take 4, all the right side elements 3 to 1 are in or less than 4. If we take 3, all the right side elements are less than 3. If we take 2, 1 is less than 2. So now this is an decreasing fashion, and this kind of arrays are called as monotone decreasing. What these kind of arrays are called as monotone decreasing. Now let's take an example for Another one, basically another example. So 50, 40, 40, 10. 50, 40, 40, 10. Now, is this a decreasing? Is it in decreasing fashion? Yes, no. Is it a strictly decreasing? No, right? So this is also called as a monotone decreasing. Why? Because monotone array will be in decreasing fashion or non-increasing fashion. Non-increasing fashion. So non-increasing fashion in the sense we have 50 and later we have 40. But what is the normal principle that we saw for the first example? All the elements are less than the current element. So if you take 40, right side we have 40 again, which is not less than, but it is not greater than 2, right? So this kind of arrays are called non-increasing. Non-increasing. Just remember this, guys. I don't want to repeat this in again and again in further questions. Understand and remember this concept. Non-decreasing. This is strictly decreasing. This is strictly decreasing. So coming back to the point, so this is about monotone increasing and monotone decreasing. So what is monotone increasing, guys? Monotone increasing is nothing but complete array, like the entire array is in increasing fashion or non-decreasing fashion. We know what non-decreasing fashion is. If we have common, like to be precise, the same elements will be there, but we just forget to put them. And coming to monotone decreasing, complete array will be in decreasing fashion or non-increasing fashion. So if you see, this is strictly decreasing because 5, if you take 5, all the elements on the right side are less than 5. In the same applicables to 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, this is strictly decreasing. Then next, non-increasing array. Non-increasing array. So if you take 50, all the elements towards the right, all the elements towards the right are less than 50. That is true. But if you take the next 40, all the elements which are towards right are not less than 40 because we have an element which is same as 40. Okay, which is same as 40, not even greater than. So these kind of arrays are called as non-increasing. These kind of arrays are called as non-increasing. So either it can be non-increasing fashion or decreasing fashion. This is called as monotone decreasing. So this is what monotone increasing and monotone decreasing means. So the point is we need to find out, given an array, we need to find whether the given array is monotonic or not. So what does monotonic is? It can be either increasing, monotone increasing, or it can be either monotone decreasing. Only one, not both, guys, only one. So either, so to be precise, to make it simple for you, it should be either, so just give me a moment. Okay. So it should be either completely in increasing or non-decreasing fashion, or it should be completely in decreasing or non-increasing fashion. Either it should follow this principle or this principle, not both. I hope this is clear. So let me give you an examples and I'll ask you what is it. So just take your time and try to answer that one. So let's take example. Okay, first example is 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, is it a monotone increasing or monotone decreasing? It is, okay, sorry. So is it a monotonic array? Is it a monotonic array? Yes. How? Because it is monotone increasing. Because it is monotone increasing. Okay. Now let's take one more example. 10, 9, 3. 10, 9, 3. Is it a monotonic array, guys? Obviously, yes. How? Why it is a monotonic array? Because it is in a fashion of monotone decreasing fashion. Monotone decreasing fashion. Now, one more example. 10, 10, 10. Is it a monotonic array? Is it a monotonic array? Yes. So it comes under both monotone increasing and monotone decreasing because it don't follow both, but it comes under both. It is not in increasing fashion, not even in decreasing fashion. So you can just call it as monotone increasing. Now let's take one more example. 7, 8, 9, 9, 10. Is it a monotonic array? Yes. In which fashion it is? It is in monotone increasing. Okay. Still, we don't have an increasing values here, but it monotone increasing is nothing but non-decreasing fashion also, right? So this is in monotone increasing. So these are the example, guys. So I hope this particular question is clear to everyone. Now let's jump on to how we can actually code this. What can be the brute force solution? So yes, let's jump there. So let me take an example. 10, 20, 30, 40, 40, 50. So this is a pretty simple, cute example. Now let's see. So given an example of array where that has 10, 20, 30, 40, 40, and 50. Now we need to find, whether it is a monotonic array or not. Whether it is a monotonic array or not. We need to find whether it is monotonic or not. Now, okay, I'm so sorry. Okay, yes. Okay, okay, yes. Now, when we call it as a monotonic array, it should be in complete increasing or it should be in complete decreasing fashion, right? So we need to check. So what is the base thing that you can say, like what will be the simple straightforward approach for you guys? Just think. Yes, correct. So the simple or the basic thing can be, you start from the beginning, just check whether is it in an increasing fashion. Just check whether it is in an increasing fashion. Okay. Now, if it is an increasing fashion, that is fine. We will simply say, okay, it is an monotonic array. Okay. If it is not in an increasing fashion, now what you will do? You start again here, start again from the beginning, check whether it is in a decreasing fashion. Check whether it is in a decreasing fashion. If yes, if it is in decreasing fashion till the end, then you return it is a monotonic array. If both cases failed, say, okay, this is not a monotonic array. So this is a pretty simple brute force approach, guys, because why we are checking whether it is an increasing or not from the beginning and decreasing or not from the beginning, because we don't know what kind of array it is. We don't know what can be, whether it is an increasing or a decreasing array. So for that, that's the reason we will check whether it is an increasing first, later it will be decreasing first. So we'll check both using two for loops, right? So let me just precisely write it down. Okay. So first thing is iterate on array and check it is increasing fashion or not. Just check whether it is an increasing fashion or not. Okay. After completing, what you will do, just check if if okay, if your I, let's say I is a loop variable. If I is reaching the end of array, then it is monotonic. Monotonic. Okay. If not, what you'll do, simply say, simply iterate on array again, iterate on array again, and check it is decreasing fashion. Decreasing fashion. Okay. In in the loop itself, if it is not decreasing within the loop, I'm saying within the loop itself, if it is not decreasing, okay, then return false. Okay, that's all. Pretty simple, right? So this is a simple way that you can do, guys. So the brute force approach of doing this particular question. Iterate on the array, check if it is in an increasing fashion. If not, check it in the decreasing fashion. If both are not, then just simply return false. Now, this loop takes how much time? This loop takes n amount of time. And this loop takes again same n plus n. What it will become? It will become 2n. Obviously, in totality, what we call it as big O of n. In totality, this will be big O of n. But if we generalize this, what is the time complexity it is taking? 2n, right? 2n. So don't you think we are iterating on the same list twice? Right. Obviously, we are doing the same. We are iterating on the same array twice. Same array, we are iterating twice. So why we are iterating twice? What is the reason, guys? Because we don't know. What we don't know? We don't know that we don't know whether it is increasing or decreasing. What we don't know is whether the given array is of which type. What is the type of the array? We don't know whether it is an increasing fashion or decreasing fashion. That's why what we are doing, we are checking for the increasing first, decreasing next. If we know if it is increasing or decreasing, can't we simply check it on one iteration? Can't we simply do? We can do, right? So where? So just give it a pause for a few seconds. Try to think. Is there any way how we can identify whether it is in increasing fashion or decreasing fashion? How to decide on increasing and decreasing? Just give it a thought. Just for 1 minute. Pause it for 1 minute and see. Okay. I hope you figured out something. If not, that is also fine. Let's break this out. Okay. So now let me take the same example that we have. Okay, first thing is 10, 20, 30, 40. 10, 20, 30, and 40. I'm not going with more elements, guys. This is one example, 10, 20, 30, 40. Now, we know that it is in increasing fashion, right? So however, I can say, I'll simply compare these two elements. Now, you say me 10 and 20. Which one is lesser one? Obviously, left side is lesser one and right side value is greater one. So this is an increasing order, right? If you take left to right, this 10 is less than 20, which means 10 is less value, 20 is greater value, and this is an increasing fashion. So I know if the beginning, these two values are in increasing fashion. Okay. If these two values are in increasing fashion, what I can say, okay, I need to check the remaining array should be in increasing fashion. Yes or no, guys? You just give it a thought. Now, when we compare these two values, when we compare these two values, 10 and 20, 10 is less than 20, which means this is increasing. This pair is increasing. If this pair is increasing, obviously, if I want to decide whether it is an monotonic array or not, I need to make sure the remaining array should also be increasing, right? The remaining pair should also be increasing. So this is the one which will help us to identify the direction. The first pair is the one which will help us to identify the direction. Okay. Okay. Now we identified the direction. Okay. If 10 less than 20, this should be in increasing order. If 10 is greater than 20, obviously this is not. Let me take one more example. So let's take 10, 7, 1. I have taken very small example, guys. Don't be worried. So now I'll compare the first pair. I'll compare the first pair, 10 and 7. You guys say me whether is it in increasing or decreasing. 10 is greater than 7, which means this is the big value and this is the small value, right? So which means this is in decreasing fashion. This is in decreasing fashion, right? Obviously, yes. So when this is decreasing, what I need to see, this entire array should also be in decreasing fashion. The entire array should also be in decreasing fashion. So by comparing the first two elements, we can say whether it is an increasing or decreasing. We can decide, we cannot say, but we can decide whether we should check for increasing order or decreasing order. Okay, this is cool. This is cool, right? Now let's take one more example. Now we have 10 and 10. We only have two values, guys. We only have two values. This is value 1, this is value 2. Now, is it necessary to check these two values whether they are increasing or decreasing? Just tell me. Let's say we also only have one value. Let's say we have an empty array. In all these three cases, you guys say me what category they come under. Are they monotonic arrays? Yes, no. Yes. Why? Because the monotonic array is something which is an increasing order or decreasing order. If you take an empty array, this we can call it as a general one. It can be increasing, decreasing. And if you take only one element, it is obviously it goes under both the category, increasing and decreasing, and it comes under monotonic array. If you take two elements, 10, here 10 is equal to 10. Okay, we know that there is a thing called it, like monotonic array, that also supports non-decreasing, non-increasing. If you remember what we have discussed in the beginning, non-decreasing and also non-increasing fashion. So this comes under that particular place. So if I take an example of two elements, 1 comma 2, 1 comma 2, take any two random elements, either they will be an increasing or decreasing. So if the array have one element or zero elements or two elements, okay, if array has one or zero or two, it means by default it is an monotonic array. By default it is an monotonic array. I hope this is clear to everyone. This is clear to everyone. If not, just give it a look. If array has only 0, 1, 2 elements, it is a monotonic array. Why? Because we have already seen that. Okay, coming back to this. Now let's take one more example. 1, 3, 5, 0. Now, is it a monotonic array? Obviously not. But according to the principle that we decided, what we will do, we will check these two things. We will check these two things. What these two things are? One is less than 3, means increasing, increasing order, increasing order. Okay, I have figured out this array should be in increasing order only. Okay, now I'll compare 1 and 3. Obviously, they are correct. Now I'll compare 3 and 5. Okay, 3 is less than 5, which means increasing. Now I'll compare 5 and 0. Now I'll compare 5 and 0. Is 5 is 5 less than 0? Is my 5 less than 0? No, no, right? Which means this is not a monotonic array. This is not a monotonic array. So the simple way that we have decided is to check. How we will check? By comparing the first pair, we will understand whether it should be in increasing order or decreasing order. If it is increasing, entire array should be increasing. If it is decreasing, entire array should be in decreasing fashion. I hope this is clear. Now let's jump into code. Okay, okay, just give me a minute. Okay, we already have this here. Okay, just let me erase these things, guys. Yes. Okay. So we already have this question in lead code. So let me just, so what is our first condition, guys? If, okay, let me take int n equal to nums dot length, nums dot length. Now, if my n is less than 2, less than 2, what I will say? Okay, return true, that's all. Right, return true. Now, now my n is more than 2. Like I have multiple elements. What I need to do, I need to decide what is the order. It should be increasing or decreasing. Right. How you will decide the order? I'm so sorry. So let's take one variable called int direction. Int direction. Like it should be increasing or decreasing. Or if it confuses you, let's take a Boolean variable. Or okay, let's take integer int order. int order equals to 0 by default, which means not yet identified the order. We haven't identified the order. Now what we will do, what we will do is, oh, sorry, what we will do is we will identify the order. If my nums of 0 less than nums of 1, what it will be, what will be the or what will be the order, guys? Is it in increasing or decreasing? Nums of 0 less than nums of 1. Should I give you an example? So let's take 1, 2, 3. Nums of 0 is 1, nums of 1 is 2. 1 is less than 2. Now, is this increasing pair or decreasing pair? Increasing pair, right? So, increasing order. What we'll do? I'll say order equal to 1. If my order is 1, I'll say it is an increasing order. Okay. Else if, else if, okay, else if nums of 0, nums of 0 greater than nums of 1. What will be the order, guys? Order will be, let's say 2, which means decreasing fashion, which means decreasing fashion. Okay. Now let's iterate on the array. So for int I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, if array of I, sorry, not array, nums of I less than nums of I plus 1. Okay. Now let's say if my first element is less than second element. Okay, this condition is true. Once the condition is true, and if my order is equal to 1, if my order is 1, which means okay, the pair is increasing, the order is also increasing, then just simply skip the pair. That's all, right? See, what I was saying is we have decided this is an increasing order by using this one. Now I will compare these two. Okay, for the first time, the comparison will go through, obviously. Now I'll compare these two elements, 2 and 3. 2 less than 3. Is this true? Yes, this is true. And what is the order I need to check? I need to check for increasing order only. Increasing order only. If you observe here, increasing order, we are checking. Okay. Then this pair passed the test successfully. I'll simply skip this pair, right? If, now comes the point. Else, if order is, if order is equal to 2, if order is equal to 2, what I need to do? I'll simply say, what I'll simply say, if nums of I less than nums of I plus 1 and the order is 1, what we need to do, guys? If the order is 1, we will simply skip the pair. If order is 2, if order is 2, okay, we will start from 1. I guess 0 we don't check. If it is 0 and it is less than, that is fine, we'll skip the pair. And if it is less than and the order is 2, we will say okay, return false, return false. Is this clear, guys? If nums of I less than I plus 1. What if nums of I, what if nums of I greater than nums of I plus 1? Now let's say we have an example called this. We have 2 comma, okay, 3 comma 2. Now this value is obviously greater than this, right? This is greater than this, I know. Now when this is greater than this, I will check whether the order, what is the order that I have? What is the order? Which means whether it is an increasing or a decreasing. If order is equal to 2, what I will do? I'll simply skip the pair, right? If, else if order is 1, if order is 1. So when the elements are in decreasing fashion, the elements are in decreasing fashion, and the first pair is in increasing fashion, then what we need to do? We need to simply return false. And at the end, we will simply return true. That's all. That's all, guys. That's all we need to do. Okay. So let's run this. Let's see what are the things that we missed. If we missed it, okay. Oh, we haven't missed anything, but we missed a semicolon. That's fine. Okay, just wait a second. Okay. Okay. In the meantime, I'll just take you through the code. We are deciding on the order, whether it is an increasing or decreasing. If order is 2, it is decreasing. If order is 1, it is increasing. So this is for the first pair. Now we will start from index 1. If the first element and okay, index 1 element and index 2 elements are less than. Okay, that is fine. When they are less than and the order is 1, okay, skip the pair because we already know it should be in increasing order and the elements are also in increasing order. So skip the pair. If the order is decreasing fashion, if the first pair is in decreasing fashion and we are checking for if the next two elements are in increasing fashion, then this comes into picture. So to make you clear, 3 comma 5 comma 0. Now with this pair, what I will say 3 less than 5. Okay, order should be equal to order should be equal to 1. Now I will start from 5. 5 and 0. I will say 5 is greater than 0. Right? 5 is greater than 0, which means I'll go to the else if part. So let me take you there. Else if part. Okay. 5 is greater than 0. Okay. Else if part I went. What is the order? It should be order should be 1. 5 is greater than 0. 5 is greater than 0 means increasing fashion. This is an increasing fashion, right? But it is in increasing fashion. But the first pair is in decreasing fashion. So decreasing and increasing, they are contradicting. So if the order is 1, we will simply return false. That's all. Let me just run this, give it a try. If not, just try it out from your end, guys. So that's all for this video. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. I missed this. When we are doing this I plus 1 comparison, we should not go till last element. So you can see all the cases have been passed successfully. So that's all from this video, guys. Thank you.